We had BB, Anthony Lowry, and myself sit down, and we've got a pretty good plan put together. So we'll be meeting with our contractor. Anthony met with them today. I will be following up. So we're anxious to get busy with our fall paving that will most likely carry into next spring as well. Our staff worked extremely hard this past week getting ready for our Labor Day weekend. I want to compliment again the CPU organization at Smurfit West Rock. Bob Booth in particular, he's been a very good communicator with us through years, and he worked very well with Lisa and putting the parade and the event over at the sport complex together. So we're again, another Labor Day celebration behind us. I don't know if many are aware, but the city of our area and Buena Vista probably have the two oldest union celebrations in America, and both continued in 2024. So we're pleased to be a part of the everyday working man and working woman that makes the world go round. So again, thanks to Bob and the CPU staff. Our parade was very well done yesterday. It was well attended. Our streets were full. Lots of candy for all those that enjoy eating candy and can eat it per doctor's orders. But it was a very nice parade. It was great to see Hezekiah cruising down Main Street. We thank our fire folks for staying on top of her. But anyway, it was a nice parade, and we look forward to our next parade, which will be the holiday Christmas parade. The evening celebration went along very well yesterday evening. We had music, we had games. I understand that the homemade ice cream venue sold out. There was a long-standing line for homemade ice cream. I understand our fireworks went off extremely well. Some of us have to be in bed early before the next day, so we missed the fireworks. But again, compliments to the union and putting together a nice show. Also, I want to recognize Dolores and family and Stephanie and Alethea. It was wonderful. We shared a lot of laughter, smiles, hugs, a few tears. But again, we have been blessed in the Allegheny Highlands, Covington, Clifton, Bath County with some tremendous athletes over time. None have recognized and supported the Allegheny Highlands at the Olympics. So we're proud to have an Olympian from this area, and we look forward to welcoming her back home permanently someday soon. So and her efforts in track have not been gone without, as Jeremy Bartley at our Allegheny High School has done a tremendous job. It was ironic that he had the whole team over there Saturday morning practicing, Monday morning practicing, and then we had Alethea there that evening. So, and finally, project at the sport complex, Casey Field, Maple Avenue, continue to move along. Lots of block going up on the Casey Field Fieldhouse project. Got a really nice compliment on our pocket park. The lady and her dog says that that's their absolute favorite place to hang out. Thanks to all the compliments forward to our coffee shop vendor about how nice Main Street looks. And as I commented to you folks Friday, if you happen to come across one of our staff members, just let them know what a great job you're doing, because we're doing a good job in Covington, Virginia. And it shows from corner to corner, from field to field. So, any questions from you folks this evening? Very good. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. All right. The items for the regular meeting next week, we have a recognition by the Director of Public Safety. We have a public hearing that will address the concerns the young lady had today, and that's 6:30. We need to consider ordinance 2407, amending and reenacting the recommendations of the Planning Commission for proposed zoning request for the Allegheny Highlands Community Service Board from R3 and C2. The lots are described as 14-146-6 and 14-146-7, located directly beside 313 North Monroe Avenue. Directly behind.
It would be, well, it fronts on Monroe, but then the lots are behind on.
The lots are behind.
I know, that's what I was saying. They're using the address for the main building. Who's on your
So
perspective?
we had agenda item there, to consider resolution 2422 opioid settlement agreement.
Agenda.
We have, to consider resolution 2423 school capital improvements.
Agenda. And BB, that is just a pass through, isn't it?
Yes. The schools?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Maybe I read the resolution, could you explain that a little bit? Would that be too much trouble?
Rebecca, you wanna explain it? You're the expert.
What am I explaining?
Your capital improvements, money?
I'll see if I can help you.
All right.
As we approach the closing of the fiscal year, as we did last year, I had asked the school superintendent with the carryover funds percentage, Covington percentage, Allegheny County, if the city of Covington, if they would be gracious to provide the city of Covington their percentage of monies back. Last year, that money was granted and it went directly, and it's still going directly into the Casey Field House project. That is a project that, of course, the facility itself owned by the city of Covington, but we support our Allegheny High School athletes and Covington Middle School athletes, and take care of all the grounds, maintenance and all that. So the upgrading of the new field house and the renovation of the old field house underneath Goody Albert Stadium, all part of those monies. Allegheny Foundation, city school, county school system contributed a little bit, as well as the city of Covington. So we're doing that for the athletes at Casey Field. So this year, as we approach the end of the year, I also made the same request to the superintendent. Any leftover funds, would they be considered granting back to the city of Covington for projects deemed wanted, necessary, desired at the Jackson River Sport Complex Field E, where our girls fast pitch high school plays. The city of Covington built 2 batting cages for the program last spring to get kicked off. They've turned out very nice. Was heavily used by our high school, middle school, all those kids that played over there, as well as, of course, the youth league in addition. So there's a desire to have cinder block concrete dugouts. These monies that have been so kindly passed back to the city of Covington will go towards that. We'll go towards a new press box facility behind home plate. And depending on where funds are at, there is the need to address the lights on Field E at the Jackson River Sport Complex. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but there is another facility that lights will need to be addressed, and that would be at Casey Field, because we still have wooden poles down there, and the containers on top of the lights get struck by lightning and squirrels and birds and knock them out. So we need to get caught up with technology with lights at Casey Field. So that has been the request and where the monies will go. Thanks to BB and his department, we will be able to show where each and every penny has been spent along the way, if there happens to be a question about where we're doing with the money. It will not go to paving, it will not go to sidewalks, it will not go to anybody's salary, wage, or benefit. It will go directly to what we specified.
And that money was sent to us in August. We already have that.
Okay, can I say something now that
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
what we're talking about? That's our fund, our operating fund balance at the end of June 30th. And yes, we do divvy that up to the county and the city. based on the local appropriations. That money by law has to go back, per the Code of Virginia, it has to go back to the localities unless we have an agreement that either there's a revenue share agreement, or the city, the schools can keep it, or whatever. If we don't have those policies in place, that money has to revert to the two localities. And we appreciate, we absolutely appreciate that being used for, capital improvements for schools. It doesn't have to be.
I know, it doesn't, but we, as Ms. Halterman has probably told you many times, my famous words are, we're in it together.
Right.
So we
right.
will continue
And
to be in it together.
We do appreciate that.
You're welcome,
Yep.
you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Board Member, appreciate you being here this evening. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call.
So we, put that on the agenda?
Yes, sir.
To consider resolution 2424, reappropriation from 24 to 25.
Agenda.
Second.
Thank you, man.
Second.
You second? Then we've got R 2425, and that's the one you read,
Mm-hmm, that's for the EQ base.
EQ base.
Agenda.
All right. We have some appointments we need to fill. Charles W. Smith Jr.'s term is expiring on the Planning Commission Board, and he has agreed to be reappointed. I think he was finishing up somebody's term.
Yeah, I can't remember who resigned. Yeah, he was finishing up.
Then we have, to consider appointment to the Social Service Board. Greg Martin has resigned, and this term will expire on July 31st, 2026.
Agenda.
That's good. Next, council, do any of you have any new business?
Any word yet on the mirror for Jackson and Rayon?
We are, and we have made contact immediately following the initial request. We have touched base with Susan Hammond and Alvin Trout, who represent us through the Department of Transportation, Stanton District, and we're just waiting on their coming up here and walking us through to give us the goods, the bads, or other alternate. So as soon as they get here, we will go right to work. We also requested the crosswalk that was brought up at a meeting of going across Route 60. That seems to be okay verbally, but again, they'll be on site. We did create a crosswalk for CSB down, I still call it the old Ridge building going across the road there. So I don't think that's an issue with the crosswalk going across Monroe and then coming back across Chestnut. That was a request also. But as soon as Susan and Alvin get up here and give us direction, we just don't want to go out and meet the request if that can create something maybe not as safe as something else.
So we have to go through VDOT, don't we, Al?
Well, we maintain our own streets and all, but they are our leg and they do refund us on a certain amount of monies towards paving, striping, street sweeping and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So I would entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we go into closed session pursuant to section 2.2-3711A7 of the Code of Virginia for the limited purpose of consultation with legal counsel pertaining to probable litigation or such consultation in open meeting would adversely affect the negotiating or litigating posture of the city regarding an EEOC complaint. Need a second.
Need a secretary.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will not do any business after we come out of closed session.